Yeah. Chasing Hardware's back.
Take that back.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Beat the Fish. We are out here on the legendary Lake Fork. I have been here once, actually with a pal of mine, Destin Marion, back when he was on the Elite Series. We came down here to pre-practice, and I was basically just to tag along, to sit in the back of the boat, do some media stuff. But we are here on our own for the first time, and we get to spend 7 days. 7 days, as long as we have 2 tournament days. 7 days here on Lake Fork, try to figure it out, catch a fish of a lifetime, but also try to figure out how we can best try to win this freaking Bassmaster Kayak National Championship. So we're gonna see, it's gonna be 5 days of practice, long days of practice. So this video, I have no idea what I'm gonna make of it. I'm gonna do my best to show you guys everything, the decisions I make, why I'm looking for what I'm looking for, what works, what doesn't work, and the small details here and there. I'm gonna try to share that with you guys. So it might be a long video or it might not. It depends on what we find. We've been spending a few days down here in Texas trying to get in tune with what's going on and get a feel for Texas fishing to get us best suited to go into practice and just kind of have a feel for things. So we can just go and look. And right now, we're back in this cut. It's 62-degree water. Y'all know what that means. So we're gonna try shallow here. With it being as windy as it is, I don't think that scoping game is going to be as relevant, especially when we look back at like the Elite Series last year. It was hard for them to even catch a limit with doing the whole minnow and jerkbait thing offshore. As much as I like to do that because I think it's in my strong suit, like compared to the field, I think this might be the best bet, getting shallow and these pre-spawn fish that are moving up, fish that are on bed, fish that are dirt shallow. While the rest of the field can access those fish, I think it still might be the move. So there's only one way to find out, and that is for me to stop talking, get to going down this bank. We're the only ones back here for now. There's 2 other kayaks at the ramp. It's gonna be blowing like crazy today, so I don't know what that's gonna make of it. But basically every day is gonna be super windy except for one, at least right now. That's what the forecast says. You guys know, it was just like last year. Every freaking tournament seemed to be wind, 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 wind. Hopefully it changes, but either way, we're here and we're happy, we are breathing, we are alive, and that's all that matters. Let's go have some fun. Like I said, water temps are 62, so we're going to start off with this here True South buzz bait and just burn ground. We're doing a mix of just about everything: swim jigging, buzz baiting, flipping, scoping, all the above. You guys are going to see just about everything, I think. Well, as long as it works, I guess. I'll cover off on some of the stuff that I'm doing as I do it, even if it doesn't work, but I'll do my best to share everything with you guys. Right now we just need our first Lake Fork bass. 62, fish moving up to spawn. It just, a little bit of wind, low light, it just screams buzzbait to me right now. The only thing I don't like about this is it's just obvious. We got 130 something anglers in this field, and so I think a bunch of them are going to look back on this and be like, yeah, that makes sense. That's the problem when you have events like this, especially from the kayak when there's heavy wind. is it really just tightens up the amount of areas that you can fish. It makes the field fish very, very tight. What I mean by that, like close together. Like because of the wind, there might be, instead of 10 people back here, there could be 30. And that makes obviously fishing much more difficult, but then it just becomes a game of who can catch them, which is fine by me. I just don't really like that. I prefer to everybody kind of have room for themselves and space to think. We're 6 foot right here, so we got some depth. It's nice. Got some bank grass, got some grass off here. We got timber off to the right. We got a little lane to cut around the timber. I like it. I feel like I'm seeing a bunch of stuff in these bushes. Going back in this little cut and just saw something moving around and going into here. And we're gonna scope our way out of here and see if there's anything sitting in the drain that leads into here. That could be just staging to come back in here, or otherwise this creek kind of sucks. Alright, well, it's fun to fish, but there ain't no bass in it. Take that back. Had to talk bad about you, huh? First Lake Fork bass. Thank you, bud. First Lake Fork bass. And it's a giant. And it looks like he's been attacked by multiple things. God, poor fella. Appreciate you, bud. Alright, well that lets us, I mean, we're dirt shallow. Like I can't, my pedals can barely go down. We are like half a foot, if that, of water back here. So we're gonna at least give us a little bit more of a chance. I'm gonna throw down the bank just a little bit farther. Let's see what we can find. At least up to this corner. Kayaking, but it's over here. Gosh, that's a big one. 606, 6-pounder. We'll take that. Thank you, bub. All right. Some little shallow drains. Some of these little pockets. That's why I had that big one floating around. Let's note that. It's not a bad area. Well, that's good. They want the jerkbait. Once I got right on top of him, he wanted the jerkbait. I'm gonna go run. I forgot my shades. I'm gonna run and grab my shades and then keep running probably some of these little cuts along this bank and just see what we can find. But it was like right towards the mouth of it, mouth to halfway through to getting back there, that it was just sitting there. That sucker has not, obviously not, I don't think they're up yet. Like, I don't think they're there. They might be in certain places, at least right here. That fish tells me that they're not exactly all the way up yet. They're thinking about it. A couple more hot days and they will be. But otherwise, keep looking at these. Still 5 days out. Alright guys, we are heading back in for our first morning. It is now almost 12:30. They want to practice 2 bass. One up shallow on a swim jig, that was a little male. It looked like that was all beaten up. Probably was just a resident fish. One that was in a mouth of a pocket. That was a 6'6". So nice fish, great fish. Be very, very happy with that on tournament day. I looked into other little pockets where the mouths are at to see as they pull out towards the main lake. As water temps get colder, if more will be doing that. And it looks like there were some more. Just with the wind and everything, was pretty difficult to get on them and that sort of thing. So we'll probably keep that in mind as we go check some other stuff. Obviously by creek, as the more north we go, I think the warmer it's gonna get. And the more south we go, the colder it's gonna get. So we might find more of that pre-spawn stuff. But I think they're wanting to get up there, they're just not there yet. So we'll see. I think we're gonna go try to head to a different launch. But the wind's pretty freaking gnarly everywhere right now. We'll see. I'm gonna get off the water here. We'll keep you guys in touch. All right guys, we are back at the house. Day one is a wrap. It was freaking windy, and unfortunately that's kind of be the name of the game this week. It's just wind, 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 wind. Hopefully it changes on us. Hopefully we get some breaks in it so that we can go explore some more water. Because not only is it bad that even if it's gonna be windy during the tournament, that it's not, you know, it's like if it's windy during practice, that's okay. Now if we have days that aren't windy in practice, that means we can cover more ground, reach more areas, so that depending on the wind direction of the tournament, we can go explore those places so we can, come tournament day, if it's a different wind or whatever, we can go figure something out. And it does not look like we're going to get that. Maybe one day, maybe. Hopefully. But we got the truck, everything outside, kayak all ready to go. Amp batteries are charged in the kayak already. We got some chicken getting cooked, some dinner being prepped. Casey's on his way back. So basically now we're just going to chill, make a game plan for tomorrow, see what the heck we're going to do, where we're going to go, what the wind's going to decide to do, because I think it's got a mind of its own. But it was ripping today. We're going to go basically see where what kind of creek we can get into tomorrow based on the wind and go find it. Go start from main lake out to the back of it and try to figure out what stage these fish are in. When we looked today, they were not in the back. They're definitely more towards the mouth of the creek, I believe. It just I wasn't able to reach that one because of the wind. So we're gonna go see if we can access any of those to try and see what stage some of those fish are in. Part of me is thinking that these fish are gonna be pre-spawn, like heavy pre-spawn, out in the mouse, suspended as well. We'll see. I'd love to find some shallow fish. I really would. Like today, you saw the one that I caught on a swim jig was not a fish that's gonna help you do anything this week for the tournament. So that's a wrap for day one. Gonna relax. Be up and at 'em bright and early tomorrow morning for day 2 in 3, 2. Woo, we need that sun to come up. I am wet and that wind is making it cold. It's supposed to be like 76 today, so we need that sun to come up and get things cooking a little bit, because it's cold, man. It's cold. It's alright, we're gonna make the most of it. My bare feet are kind of cold, and my pants are literally soaked. 10-pounder will cure it. Alright, water temps are 60 degrees. We're on a whole different part of the lake, and there's about 45 freaking boats back here. But it's to be expected. I mean, it's Lake Fork in March on a Saturday, and it's just gonna happen. Also, where we launched had 70 plus boats coming out of it, so we are gonna take it slow. We're in a pretty big creek. We're gonna go obviously 60 degrees, so we're gonna go way to the back. We're gonna try to avoid these boats, be respectful of their tournament, but gotta figure something out here. So we're dragging on this point here leading into the creek. We're going to come back out to the mouth later today once it's not a little, once the light gets up a little bit more. See if we can't find anything that's like moving into that pre-spawn stage, heading up to a staging area that's a little bit farther behind. And we're going to work in, check staging areas, and go all the way down to the back and be looking for spawning fish. So we're going to be looking for everything today. We kind of got the whole gamut with us. Kind of have to, I feel like, here in Texas, at least here on Lake Fork right now in March, the way the timing is. So it's 60 out here. The back of these creeks should be pretty good temperature wise. There's a little secondary point right here coming off that just has so much life right now, and I had bass already miss jig head minnow, but as you can see there's a bunch of boats back there, so I figured I'd give dragging a shot, because I think a lot of people are going to be either grinding the bank or pinging a minnow, so I don't think a lot of people are going to be dragging. So if I can find a bite like that, I think I might have it to myself. At least that's what my mind's made up, and I need to put more freaking line on that reel. Alright, so we just found one fish on a bed. It was like a 16, 17. I couldn't really tell if there was a female on it yet or not, but that male was like actively making the bed. So what we're going to do is we're essentially practicing for the wind that first day of practice, or the first day of the tournament, excuse me. It's supposed to be pretty dang windy, so I'm trying to practice for that first day. That's protected by the wind on Thursday, day 2. The wind's supposed to be pretty dead, so that should hopefully enable us to move around at free will, and I'll have days where I'll practice for that. But if we even get a day with no wind here. There we go. Little one. There's a group of fish there. Dragging. Little point here. You guys can see it on Lake Master. Just a little point here, sharper edge. So we'll go and put dot, waypoint, icon. Let's do it's kind of stumpy. Let's do stump. Do red. It's a good high percentage spot. Hit this stump. We're good. We're gonna move on. Got one out of there. Keep moving. Nice. Alright guys, we are making a effort. We're gonna go try to find these fish shallow. That's the plan. We're gonna try to find a shallow bite here. Something in the backs. It might be a little bit more reliable than going out and scoping into the abyss. I'd much rather do this instead anyways. We got 61.5 degree water. Looks like no boats back here except for this guy. Looks like there's a high school tournament of sorts going on. See if we can't get into anything interesting over here. Pick up the floating worm probably. Floating worm. Thanks, bub. So that was a male. Potentially might be females back here. Haven't seen one yet. That fish isn't gonna do me any good. You see that? I almost just flipped. I just railed the stump and almost flipped. I was back here playing with my cooler and hit a stump. We're finally tucked away right now, but this wind will not let up. It is ridiculous how windy. It just doesn't stop. It really doesn't stop. It makes it really hard to practice, to be honest. One, to practice, and two, there's literally bass boats absolutely everywhere. It's nuts. Like, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 just right here. Sorry, 11, 12 that I can see. It is nuts. Trying to like do my due diligence and practice. Sorry, 13, 14. Due diligence in practice without getting in the way, but also the wind.
Whoever wins this deal is going to freaking earn it. Holy smokes. We haven't found anything good. Like nothing. Nothing good so far. I found a 6-pounder on a bed. Found a couple other small ones on a bed. Other than that, there's nothing to go with. It's the best stuff I found thus far, but it is nothing spectacular. So we're gonna have to keep going and seeing what we can do, because right now I got nothing. I think we're gonna take out and go to a different ramp. I say it's 2 o'clock. I'm sure that bass boat tournament's gonna get back here soon, so probably the bad time to take out. How many more can we get? 18, there we go, and a pontoon boat. So 20 boats, 21 boats, all in this little pocket right here. That is nuts. I wish I did.
Alright, man. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, buddy. Alright. Day 3. Let's get her in the water. It's a beautiful day here in Tejas. Beautiful day to go figure out how to freaking catch some bass. We've found fish, we've just not found good fish. We found one good fish. It was kind of, honestly, complete rando. So that's not really one that we can take into account. Did not do a outro or anything for yesterday, so I apologize. Honestly, stayed out in the water most of the day, came back, ate dinner, and went to bed. Went to bed at literally like 8 o'clock. So that's my B. Your boy was tired. Alright. Now what you guys are gonna see today actually is gonna be last time we used just the truck for transporting the kayak. And what I mean by that is we're actually having a trailer brought to us today. So you guys are going to see later in this video, we're going to meet up with some guys and get all hooked up with a trailer. So I'm pretty hyped up for that. That's going to be pretty badass. With all the snackage. It's time to work. We got lucky there. Alright. We were back in a little cut here. We already saw some life. Saw bass blow up, and then I can see little dirt clouds. I can't see quite well with the bank right now. I see little dirt clouds that something's up shallow, and I saw some wakes. So assuming that they're bass. Sounds like there's life here. Just get a beat on what they'll eat back here. Probably pick up a chatterbait in a second. Something moving. More shaddy. I feel like the float worm, if there's one up shallow spawning, they should at least have some sort of response to the worm, whether they eat it or not. I would much prefer to come back and catch them like this and fish staging versus go out in the trees and scope. I really don't want to do that. The only thing I just hate knowing is that giant ones are out there and guys are catching them that way. It's one of those things that's kind of like a necessary evil, if you will, in tournament fishing. I love scoping, don't get me wrong. But out there in the trees when I could be doing this stuff just makes me mad. Some nice grass back in here. I just need the bass. Need the grass, need the bass. Alright guys, we are at the Neon Moon restaurant right here. Kind of just getting some things squared away, getting some rigging done because we have something cool to show you guys. It's on the way right now, and that is we have a trailer. If you guys have not seen yet, Texas kayak trailer. Nick over there creates some freaking bad to the bone kayak trailers. Lucky me, he's meeting me here to hook me up with one. So we'll be rocking from now on a trailer, which is gonna be a whole new thing for me, but something I'm actually really excited about. So we're sitting here rigging up, waiting for him to come. It was an interesting day for me, to say the least. It just was not, I'm not finding the stuff I really want to find. You know, it's random fish here and there, where it's not like it's anything consistent. I'd love to find, where I really want to find something stable and consistent, like a school setup on a secondary point. Something where there's some numbers involved, but I'm just not finding that right now for whatever reason. So I think tomorrow what we're gonna do, especially because which is a bummer today, obviously I had to get off the water a little early to get this trailer. It's the best day wind-wise we're gonna have, so I would have loved to have taken full advantage of it. I would have loved to have been out there all day today, but it is what it is. Tomorrow and through the next day, if we even have the first day of the tournament, but already people chatting about it potentially getting canceled, which I don't want to happen, but we're gonna make the most of what we can for whatever happens. But I think we're gonna go focus solely shallow the next 2 days, just because I'm not finding them consistently in the mouths like that big one I caught the other day. I lost a good one today that was at the mouth of a cut. I'm just not seeing them consistently. If I could see them consistent, you know, I would stick to it and go for 5 bites all day long, but I need to find something where I can get a limit, like a decent limit, not just squeakers, because basically if the fish is not over 17 inches, it's kind of a waste of your freaking time in this tournament. It's like fork. I mean, if you're not catching 18 plus, then you're not doing anything.
We're gonna stay rigging up here. We might try to get out after, depending on how long this takes to get the trailer all set up. Might go back out this evening and just look around and try to find some sort of bite. But pretty excited. I'll show you guys the trailer here in 3, 2. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. We'll talk to you guys back at the house here. 3, 2. All right. Y'all, do we have a treat? Whew. Look at here. We got the Fish Texas Mini Max trailer that we'll be rocking here going forward. This allows us to be a lot more mobile. A lot more mobile. You got bunk rails that are perfectly aligned and adjustable if need be. Then also comes stock with these straps that I can have over here, so I don't need to worry about straps in the back of my truck anymore. This thing is a beast. So I can have all my stuff here rigged up, ready to rock if need be. Be much more mobile. Obviously I'm sure I'll take batteries and stuff off. We just drove a little bit down the road. I mean, this graph's not going anywhere, so like I can keep this stuff on here if I'm going to do quick pull out, go to a different ramp, but obviously we'll take some of this off when we're going down the road. But what's cool is I have this whole storage bin in here. I haven't even opened it yet. We'll have to get a lock to put on here, but we'll probably do all of our tools and things will go in here. A battery as well, because what's cool is I can select these switches and it'll turn on different things of the trailer, and I can charge some stuff. So obviously I can put batteries in there if need be, but pretty freaking dang cool. Shout out to Fish Texas trailers. These things, what I'll do, guys, is I'll link this down below in my YouTube, and it'll be in my YouTube description for the foreseeable future. So if you guys want to go check them out, you can, especially if you're looking into a trailer. I know they're more on the pricey side, but you get what you pay for. And especially if you travel a lot, you're fishing often, you're always towing your kayak, you get what you pay for. And so the plan is, in the end, what we want to do, dream rig here, is we have the trailer. I want to get a topper here. I got to figure out the topper because they're expensive as hell and it's a long wait time on them. So I got to figure out the topper. I want to get the drawer system in here, and then I want to set up a bed system so that we can go like up to the Adirondacks, go on different trips, and then sleep in the back. So we don't have to get a hotel or Airbnb, things like that. And so that way we're also not sleeping in the bench back seat in my truck, which I don't fit all the way. The dream rig that we are in the works, and huge shout out to Fish Texas for helping me get that started. So hyped for that. Today, practice wise, was pretty uneventful. Did not catch a single bass. We hooked into a couple, did not land them. Tried to figure out a couple things, figuring out more where not to go than anything else. So 2 more days left, but it's going to be howling wind, so we're going to be pretty strategic. And thankfully now with the trailers, we should be able to be more mobile, hit a few different places tomorrow, and that's the plan. So let's go get some dinner, talk to Casey when he gets back, and we're going to figure it out. We'll see y'all in the morning, the next day of practice, in 3, 2, 1. Going. So much easier. Not even funny. That trailer's incredible. Guys, I don't think you understand how excited I am about that trailer. Like, I'm giddy. Like, I'm a little kid on Christmas. That changes the whole ball game for me. That makes life so much easier. I almost just can't wait to go do that again, because that was that much fun. It's awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, let's go try to figure them out today, eh? I'd like to figure out some sort of pre-spawn or staging pattern where I can catch them consistently off that. Preferably, obviously, big ones, of course. We always want that. But I might go look for some more spawners, spend a better effort of that. As long as we give it all we got, guys, I'll be pretty pleased. But definitely is mentally challenging when there's so many people.
That's the thing. When there's so many anglers out here, boats and kayaks, it can be mentally challenging just to try and figure out where to even start fishing. You know, what's actually going to get pounded, what's not. Makes you second guess a lot of things. We're going to do our best to try to conquer that. So, see what we can do. Alright, over an hour of running later, we're where we want to be. My hands are frozen because it's cold outside. It's like 37 when we got up this morning. Got to the ramp, it was about 40. See, it's a little cold. But we're here, we're gonna make the most of this. We had like a 4 or 5 mile run. Oh, I got a fish already. Look at that. Caught me off guard. He's huge too. He's a giant. Come here, boy. Come here. You're warmer than the air. Thanks, bud. We made a 4 or 5 mile run. I don't know if I could even make it here on day 1 with the wind. I'm kind of going off this could be a day 2, or if this turns into a 1-day shootout, that I can make the long run here and hopefully this pans out. There's only one way to find out. There's something spooked right there. It's gotta be bass, right? I need to get up and see them. I'm only seeing wakes right now. They're not eating the buzzbait. I have to go back with like a fluke or that floating worm and just see. You know what, let me put that on. I think I got it tied up here. That might be a better option to try to get some of these fish to at least show themselves a little bit better. All right. Just a floating worm. Show me the way. Por favor. Let's just throw back in here. Even though I spooked some fish, let's just see. Where they at though? Show yourselves. Gosh, it's good, but that sucks. That was a freaking 7-pounder. It's good to know. We'll keep going down, see if we can get more bites, but gosh dang, I would have loved to catch that fish. I mean, he was already hooked down there. All right, let's keep going. Friggin' shallow. Shallow? I wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20. I wanna be a baller. There's one. Alright. Waypoint. Okay, that fish is gonna eat. There's one right here on a bed, about an 18. Yeah, that's good. Make sure you don't eat anything today. You know what's good for you. Okay. You be a good boy now. Bring your mother. Bring your mother. Find a nice wifey, a big wifey. Nice and chunky. They are tucked in the back of this stuff. Especially the big ones, the bigger ones I should say, are tucked away. They're smart for good reason. Not just there willy-nilly. It's because they feel safe. Or they think they are. Till I go and flip in there, go to catch them and then lose them. So they still safe. Alright, so we just marked 2, and I think I marked like a freaking 9-pounder right there. Freaking 9. Go mark that thing closer. I'm pretty sure that's like a freaking 9-pounder, dude. We're just gonna put in there, because I've never seen a 9-pounder. We're just gonna put huge green, as in go. As in go catch her. Nobody's coming behind us. She's looking out towards me, so I'm gonna go back here in a second. I wanna keep going so it doesn't spook. There's so much bait back in here too. There's a little shrinky dink in there. I don't mind catching those suckers right now. Because if she's huge, I'm gonna flip on her. Just because the odds of her being there for the tournament are very, 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 very small, and the odds of me catching a 9-pounder anywhere else any other time this year is very, very, very small. It's a freaking, like, if it's a 9, I mean, by the size she's at least 8, at least. That was like a 24-inch fish. It was long. I thought it was a carp for a second. That's a freaking giant, dude. Inches of water. Oh my god. He's facing away from me too. Just one that just skirted out of here. Wasn't her though. Can assure you that. Well, she's not quite ready, which is good. Not very cooperative at all. Alright, whatever. Hopefully she's there if I come back Wednesday. We got one more day of practice. I think I need to find more than just that, because I can't rely on one freaking bedfish. But that's a make or break tournament fish right there. Make or break fish of a lifetime there, honestly. Let's keep going. Well guys, good morning. I'm taking the chesty off actually, so we're not wearing it, because we're not filming. And we're not filming because I left my 2 DJI action cameras in the back of my truck last night and forgot in the midst of doing a podcast and everything, rigging rods, and drove away this morning. So they're somewhere either in the driveway or on the road, so that's not good. We're gonna have to go figure that out here in a little bit. We're gonna launch and just do a little scoping thing because people are catching them scoping. Just gonna force it, see what happens, and then give it a couple hours and go look for my action cameras. So we'll see you guys back at the house, I guess, to wrap this thing up.
hoping I can find my cameras. See y'all. All right, guys. Well, as you saw, officially canceled day one of the tournament. So that makes tonight really nice. Yeah, it's sunset in the background, chilling with the kayak here. Casey and I are watching some YouTube, got some dinner tonight. And basically tomorrow we get an off day. We're actually gonna make a separate video that'll go out before the tournament video, being that it's only a 1-day shootout, 1-day tournament. You're only gonna get 1 day of tournament footage. So instead, what I'm gonna give you guys, you're still gonna get 2 different videos of tournament days. And why that is because tomorrow what we're gonna do is we actually have a couple buddies from New Hampshire, some freaking hammers. We got a group of like, I don't know, I think it's like 8 or 9 of us, pretty much all of us from the Northeast that are gonna go fun fish a local lake, do a little $20 pot, derb, fun fish, like 3-hour thing, and I'm going to film it all. So you guys will have a tournament video for that, at least, for the next video anyways. And to wrap this up, guys, it's been an incredible week down in Texas, incredible week here at Lake Fork. There's a reason why this lake is so special, why it's so renowned, why it's so famous, so popular. It's awesome. I wish I could spend a few more weeks down here. I think I might need to make Texas in March a yearly thing. But nonetheless, we've put in the work. I have no idea what is going to happen. We still have figured out a full game plan for the tournament. This practice video is kind of all over the board, and I hope you learned something from it. I hope you also understood just how crazy my brain gets when it comes to tournament fishing. And maybe it makes you guys appreciate the fun fishing videos that are a little bit more organized than this one. But if you are still watching right now, I appreciate the living heck out of you. You guys are incredible. Check out Texas Kayak Trailers. I'll drop a link down below. I am super hyped for this. You guys will see a lot of content from this, from the Adirondack videos, some of the truck camping trips that we'll do this year. It's going to be freaking awesome. Really looking forward to it. But you guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you guys. The next video we're gonna have, it's gonna be a fun fishing tournament video. And then after that, we have the Bassmaster National Championship here on Lake Fork. Top 10, make it to the Bassmaster Classic stage. Champion wins some big money. But what I want, well, you guys know, here be the fish. I want the freaking hardware. Appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe. We'll see ya on the next one.